Hi there, this is Mr. Evans. In this video I'll be looking at niche marketing. So we've looked at how you might target the mass market. Now we're here looking at what a niche market is and how we might target a niche market. So just to remind you, we've segmented our market and we've identified groups of consumers with similar needs, interests, characteristics, etc. We then decide to target our product at a specific group of customers. And the mass market was when actually we thought, well, there's a little scope for differentiating our product, we're going to target this as everyone, or as many people as possible within a mass market. Niche marketing occurs when a firm targets a small subsection of the mass market who have similar needs and characteristics. So a smaller, that should probably read, subsection of the mass market who have similar needs and characteristics. It might of course be quite a big group of consumers, but what we're doing essentially is we've broken the mass market down into these different groups of consumers with different needs, and we're targeting our product specifically at them. So just a couple of examples. So the magazine industry is a really good example of products that target niche markets. So within the magazine industry, we've got publications like OK, which, I'm not great at this, but I suspect that targets women in their 20s. Heat magazine is for a slightly younger female audience. Loaded magazine, probably definitely for males, but late teens, early 20s. Time Out, for 25 to 40 maybe, living in urban areas. Now magazine, maybe a little bit older. The point is, all of these magazines are targeting different subsections of the mass market. So one more example would be cars. So there are some mass market cars, but if you look at things like electric and hybrid vehicles, at the moment electric and hybrid vehicles are not mass market cars. They appeal to a relatively small group of a larger market. If we look at the commercial and vans, these are not vehicles that meet the need of the majority of consumers. A pickup, particularly in the UK, would probably only be used by people in the construction industry or maybe people in agriculture. So it's not being used, and definitely almost certainly for commercial uses. So it's not being used by everybody in the market. So what are the benefits and the costs of doing that? So if we're targeting a small group of similar consumers, we should be better able to identify and meet their needs. It should be, if we're targeting males in their 30s to early 40s, living in London or an urban area, it's relatively easy to identify and meet their needs. It's easier to collect market research on those people. If we've got a unique product to meet their needs, it's going to improve the brand image, it's going to create a USP, a selling point. There's going to be fewer economies of scale available, which can be a bad thing, but it creates opportunities for smaller firms to compete. Big firms won't be thinking, well, let's try and target that group of customers, because it's only a relatively small group, and they may not consider it worth their while to try and enter that market. So it allows opportunities for smaller firms to kind of eat away at different subsections of a larger market and get some market share for themselves. There's the potential for charging higher prices. So if you're producing a product that really meets the group of customers and they value that, you should be able to price your product to reflect that. There should be high levels of customer satisfaction if the product is specifically designed to meet the needs of a specific group of customers, and it does that well. And it allows you to build brand loyalty. So often niche products will have extremely loyal group of customers who really value the fact that it identifies and meets their needs. On the other hand, we've got the lack of economies of scale, so we're going to have higher production costs, difficult to buy raw materials in serious bulk, so we may need to be able to charge that premium price. We're going to need to monitor changes in taste and fashion closely. If we're depending on a smallish group of customers, we have to be on top of what's going on in terms of that small group of customers, because if their tastes and fashions change and we don't anticipate and respond to that, well, maybe they'll move on to another product. So this ties in with this third bullet point here. It can be quite a high-risk strategy. What if the niche changes, the needs change, and we don't anticipate it, or competition enters the market? Now, if we're only, it's that phrase, putting all your eggs in one basket. If you're only targeting one group of customers, what happens if that group of customers changes, etc.? And there may only be limited opportunities for market growth. Okay, so we've looked at niche and mass marketing. Just one final thing to finish off. Product proliferation, it allows a mass market firm to tailor its products to meet niche market needs. So product proliferation essentially allows a business to bring out different models of a mass market product, so they can kind of benefit from both mass and niche marketing. It's probably best to illustrate with an example, so I'm going to go back to the VW website. Now this is the Golf range, okay? So we're starting off with they call it the entry level Golf, okay? Mass market product. Golf's just as equally likely to be driven by, I would say, youngish people. I really like Golfs. But you see kind of older people, men, women, lots of people like Golf. So it's a mass market product, but we've got a load of different models. Okay, so we've got the basic one, we've got a Golf SE, safety, style and technology, adding more comfort and convenience, so a little bit more premium arguably. The Golf SE navigation, adding even more comfort. A GT model, so sportier style, extra bit of comfort, alloy wheels, the Golf R line, dynamic styling inside and out, the GTD, which is a turbo diesel, GTI, which is the 2-litre injection engine. Really nice model car, I like that. And the top of the range is the Golf R. And so what Golf are doing, or what Volkswagen are doing, is they are trying to benefit from from mass marketing. The Golf is a mass market product. They produce it en masse. They benefit from economies of scale, but there's huge brand awareness. But by doing product proliferation, they're giving people more choice, higher levels of consumer satisfaction, and it kind of allows them to benefit from both having a mass market product and niche and meet different market niches needs within that range. Okay, so as I said in the last video, often you'll get questions about a firm is looking to move from a mass to a niche market, or a niche to a mass market. It's worth being able to compare the advantages and disadvantages of operating in both of those types of market.